Greetings, you Jollie Dollies. Hope you're well. I'm Navi, I'm a dog collector. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to So today we are in the bathtub because we are going to be doing our Beach Dolls wash day. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by washing their outfits first, and they've already got a bit of the Barbie shampoo in there. So that's all their little outfits, and I'm just going to run them through water without doing too much because you don't want to damage the outfits. It's mainly to take dust off. These outfits are not dirty, they are just dusty because most of them are in really good condition. So I don't want to be scrubbing them. I'm just washing them so it refreshes them. So I'll leave them in there for a minute in the water. I'll give them a little rinse and then we'll move on to the dolls, okay? And here we go. I will put them in another little thingy, another bowl with some water just to give them a bit more of a soak, and then I will put them to dry. I'm going to start with my Tropical Splash girly here. And it's mainly because they get really dusty over time, especially if they are out on display and being exposed. Their rubber bands disintegrate as well. So it's always good to just give them a good rinse every now and then, especially when it's summer. So she's going to go in there. Skipper is next. I've already taken her rubber band out. Again, they're not dirty, they are just dusty. On to the next one. I'm doing this as a quick, because we've all seen how dolls are washed. So as you can see, they get dusty. So they just need to be rinsed off. Just need a little refresh. And it's easy for me to do it on the tub because my stand, my camera stand at the moment isn't too, it's not high enough for my sink. And you can watch more dolls at the same time, and you guys can still see them float around. I know I'm just throwing them in there for now. This one is going to kill me because her curls were pretty good, if I say so myself, but needs must because they have been out on display for years now. And I keep thinking every year that I'm going to do this and I haven't done it, so now is the time to do it. So next one is my, let's see how good these curls are. They hold pretty well, I have to say, they do hold. So I may not even need to curl her hair again. Obviously I'm going to shampoo them and condition them, but we've all seen how that goes, so I'm not going to bore you too much with it. This is more of like a quick video. It's not a how-to. And I have to do my Sparkle Beach. Real cutie Skipper. Without the body, because Skipper's body goes, oops, sorry. This is very gracious, isn't it? Just give them a little splash and throw them back in there and let them do what they want to do. I'm having a bit of difficulty with this little chain that they have around them. So this one, that little chain. So I'm going to let them soak for a minute, and then I'm going to shampoo, condition them, And I'm not going to bore you too much with that because you've seen thousands of videos, I'm sure. And then we'll just come back for the results, okay? All right, Jollie Dollies, the dolls have been washed, they have been shampooed, conditioned, and now it's time for the boil wash. Usually I don't do it, but I just want to show you how I do my boil washes. So I dunk the head in the boiling water, and if you recall, she had a braid in her hair, so I dunk it in there, and as soon as I dunk it, I will use a comb to then brush it straight, and voila. I don't know how it works with saran hair, but that's how I've been doing my boil washing of my dolls. Sorry, I was off camera. So I'll dip them in the boiling water, and then I just bring the hair down with a comb, and that's how I get my hair to lay as flat and as straight as possible. Me and my dolls, I prefer straight hair. There's a couple of exceptions where I will do curls, but normally that's what I do. And sometimes I just dip it back in and give it a once over with the comb, and then I just let them air dry like that. Does that make sense? Hope so. So it's this skipper's turn, which is the Sun Jewel skipper. I'm just gonna dip her hair in the boiling water because she's got a lot of hair. I just want, sometimes the hair can decrease in volume if you do this. I hope it's showing on camera because I can't quite see. So I just run my comb, depending on the direction of the hair. That's how I do it. So if it's got a parting, if it's got a middle parting, I will, obviously you can put them on a stand and just dip the water straight in, especially if you've got a doll with no brooding, with no parting or anything. But if I want a doll's hair to lay to the back and flat, especially if I'm doing like an up hairstyle, that's how I do it. I'll just, obviously if the doll has a parting and I want the sides to lay, I will just bring the sides down as much as possible, and sometimes you can just dip water on those little parts. But for the hair to be straight and flat, you need to run, I usually use a thinner tooth comb. The thinner the tooth comb, the better it is, but I just wanted to demonstrate that. That's how I boil wash my doll's hair, for them to lay as I want them to. I hope that makes sense. So with that explained, I'm going to do the other ones off camera, and then we'll show the final result. See them all nice and shiny and clean. Jollie Dollies, I just wanted to quickly show you my Sun Jewel girly, and I'm not going to, so I shampooed, conditioned her hair, ran it through hot water and everything, and the curls are intact. The curls remain, as you can see. So I'm going to let it air dry. Well, I'll do the up ponytail, but I will then let it air dry as is, and I don't think I'm going to need to curl her hair because the curls stayed. Yeah. Okay, Jollie Dollies, can you see those waves from the braid that she had? I've got fresh boiling water in my cup. I dip it a couple of times, and they are gone. But then if you grab your comb and just brush it down, the hair will lay really, really flat, and the waves are gone. See? Obviously this is synthetic hair, it's not saran hair. I don't know how saran hair works, but obviously don't have the water too hot so it doesn't burn the fiber. But this was this is why I don't use doll hair. I use this type of hair because I know I can boil wash it, I can curl it, and I can use heat on it without it getting frazzled, if that makes sense, without it looking like you went through a fryer. So there we go. I'll boil wash the rest of that. I just wanted to show you once again that, yeah, it works. So once again, you dip it, and I will try this on 90s Connect-A-Long head, see how it goes. But that's for another video. So I just lay the hair towards the doll's head as much as possible in order to make it flat or flatter. Obviously these girls have a bit more hair than I normally do nowadays, but that's how I do it. I always comb the hair to the direction that I want in order for it to lay, if that makes sense. Last minute change, Jollie Dollies. Let's dunk her hair in hot water. Okay, can we see that? See how the hair's gone completely straight? I'm just gonna comb it through. I'm doing this, I'm holding my thumb, so bear with me. So I put it in boiling water and I combed it straight, and there we have it. Perfectly bone straight hair. Alright, Jolly Dollies, we are back at the beach and our girlies have been washed, they have been shampooed, conditioned, and they have been styled back to their original hairstyles that I did previously, apart from two, but we'll come to that. But we also have to fix. So here's our skipper, our tropical splash skipper, and our tropical splash Barbie. They have been washed, conditioned, boil washed, and styled again. So they are fresh and they smell adorable as well. But there is a small problem. We need to fix their little bathing suits. And I got some clear bra straps off Amazon. And I went for the thinnest ones that they had. It's not always easy to buy these things without seeing them. But they come in a pack of 3, which I thought was great. And this is how they are elastic. They are elasticated straps, but I thought that these would be great to put on their bathing suits to keep their bathing suits from riding, and I think that they are just about the right amount. So what we're going to do, I've got some yellow thread on my needle, and I'm just going to measure them, and I will cut the little elastic strip. These are easy to find on Amazon if you look them up. It's clear bra straps. So I was able to find these. So let's give these girls a bit more security. Now, I've never done this on camera. I'm not the best sewer in the world, so do be kind. I know you're all kind, but just saying. Okay, let's start with our skipper. So we need to measure from... Oh, you see, that's a problem. I hope these don't disintegrate like the... So I will measure to where they need to be. I might give them a tiny bit more of freedom, but that should be about right. I just need to measure them, cut them, and then I will stitch them into place with the yellow thread. So be right back. So here I have the 2 little straps, and I gave them a tiny bit of leeway on each side. And this is not going to be easy to do on camera, but I will do my very best. So I'm going to position the straps to where I think they need to be, and then I will stitch them into place, if that makes sense. Okay, I found where I needed to be, and I am following the stitch pattern. So I put the strap on the inside. I hope that's showing up, and I am just following the stitch where it's already been stitched, if that makes sense, just so it doesn't stand out too much. So I'll do a couple more just to make sure that it's secure, and then I'll do the back like so. My thread is slightly thicker, but that's not a bad thing, so it's secure. Now this is the back, and just to make sure that the stitching is on, I just go in the back, I create a little loop, I pass my needle through, and I pull up. Would be nice if the elastic isn't on there, which I rectified. And yes, a doll fell. The dolls are on the floor, so I do it again, just to make sure that it's nice and stitched into place, and that's it. And the first strap, Jollie Dollies, is attached to the front. I will then use as a guide, I will fold the bikini just to see exactly where to do the other one, just so they are opposites of each other, they're mirrored, and I'll do the other strap as I did the first one. Okay, Jollie Dollies, now both the front ones are done. I can just adjust it in the back and do the same. Here's a little trick. I put the bathing suit inside out, and now all I have to do is pull the straps to the back and find exactly where I want. So I'll pull them to the back, and I know exactly where I need to insert the stitches, if that makes sense, so it stays secure. I might just pull it up just a little bit more. They are crisscrossed at the moment. So again, just bring them up a bit more, stitch them into place to make sure that the bathing suit doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so Jollie Jollies, I've done the first strap, and what I'm going to do, because I gave it enough space just to reinforce it a little bit more, I'm going to stitch it at the end as well, and then I'll trim it just so it gives it a bit more stability. And ta-da! Jollie Dollies, she will no longer lose her top. It is secure, and yes, you can see my stitching because there was like a golden thread. I didn't have any, but the most important thing is that Skipper's bathing suit is no longer going to drop at a second's notice and expose. So she is fully strapped. So that's the back of, and her bathing suit is slightly loose as well. Are they perfect? No, they're not. But if it keeps the bathing suit from dropping, that's all we care about. And now I'll do exactly the same with Barbie's bathing suit. I'll just give her 2 straps like I did with Skipper, and we are good to go. Jollie Dollies, I finished. So Barbie has her clear straps on, so this bathing suit is not going anywhere. And that's the back. So yeah. So here they both are, all done. No more issues with their bathing suits. They are on there, and I hope that those straps last a long time until the next wash day, which might be next year again. And I forgot to mention that back in the 90s, if you weren't born in the 90s, if you are of an earlier generation, our beach girls were not just beach girls. They weren't really just playline, because even though they were just beach Barbies, they came with accessories. They did, first of all, they used to do, back in the 90s, we used to get commercials, and the commercials were so elaborate and so beautiful. You need, if you haven't seen Barbie commercials from the 90s, especially the Beach Girlies, go check them out because they were to die for. They really made you want to go by that doll. Even though the one thing that we weren't too keen growing up with the bathing suit girlies is that we didn't have a lot of clothes, so they used to be like just the beach girlies. So sometimes they would just get stuck in their bikinis and that was it. But apart from that, they used to then release play sets for the girlies. They used to release clothing lines, fashions for them and all of that. So they weren't just beach girlies, they weren't just basic beach girlies, and they also always came with something. So the Tropical Splash Barbie was scented, and she came with a little bottle of perfume that you could use yourself. There was always that little thing that the beach girlies had. They also always came with something that was meant to be shared between Barbie and yourself when you got her. So moving on, we've got our Glitter Beach girlies. Not the Glitter Beach, Sparkle Beach girlies. And I can't quite remember at the moment, but I do think that, so with the Sparkle Beach girlies, I'm just gonna bring the Splash girlies back just so you can see them better. There we go. So with the Sparkle Beach girlies, they came with these bracelets which could go on their waist, but they were also a bracelet for you. And I'm not entirely sure if it was them, but I think they came with like a glittery lotion that you could put on that would make them then sparkle even more. And just a little disclosure, yes, I didn't give Skipper the braid. I gave her a side pony purely because the front of her head just wouldn't do it properly, and I was trying to do it without having it on the body. And the way I fixed it, because Skipper has quite a big longish neck anyway, I just pushed her head down a bit more than usual, and I fixed it that way. So here are my Sparkle Beach girlies, fully washed and conditioned and boil washed, and they smell fantastic. And moving on to the last girlies, which are my Jewel Beach girlies. Now the Jewel Beach girlies, I decided to, so here's my little Skipper, and with these, with the Jewel Beach girlies, you actually got sticker gems that you could use on the dollies, or you could use it on yourself. Now with the Sparkle Beach girlies, with the Sparkle Beach Jewel, some Jewel Beach girlies, I decided to keep their hair straight. So Barbie hasn't had her final look, so I'm just going to push these to the back just so you can see them better. So here's Barbie and Skipper. Oops, and my set is falling because it doesn't want to stick. Yes, these sets. So I decided to straighten Barbie's hair for a change because her hair is so pretty, straight as well. And you've got all these different tones in her hair. And I just thought, you don't really get to see them with. So I think I'm just going to give her an updo and keep her with her hair straight for now. But if the Jolly Dollies want, and you can comment down below. You have been engaging, so I do appreciate it and thank you. And it's been a blast having to get to know some of you on a more hello, how are you kind of thing, which has been, it's been a highlight of my week, by the way. It's now Sunday, and I just want to say, you guys, Jolly Dollies, you've made my week by engaging more in the channel, and I do appreciate it. Can we just appreciate this movement? Let me just remove her. Yes, and can we see this? Can we see all this gorgeous movement that they have with all this swishing? Now, as I was saying, because I digress, I changed from subject to subject, as you know. So they came with little sticker jams that you could put on their body or you could put it on yourself, as I was saying. So they always came with something that was meant to be shared between yourself and Barbie. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to give her a quick updo, and I'm going to keep her with straight hair for now. But if you would like to see how I curl or how I gave her those curls that she had before, and if you want to see Skipper with curlier hair, you guys, Jolly Dollies, let me know. Let me know down in the comments. Can you see how long this hair is? Are you kidding me? Can you see this movement? Now I like when I can swoosh my dolly's hair, and you can't really swoosh with curly hair. It bounces a little bit, but can you see this? Can we? Isn't that like commercial hair? I'm sorry. Isn't that like a hair advert? Are you kidding? Say what? What? Don't tell me I don't look good. And they smell gorgeous. That Barbie shampoo is to die for. And I do wash them. I don't just wash them with the Barbie shampoo. I also wash them with shampoo that I bought just for them with the conditioner. So they've been shampooed, conditioned, and then I gave them the boil wash. Now, do let me know if you prefer them with the straight hair or if you prefer them with the curly hair. I know you haven't seen Skipper with curly hair, but if you go on my Insta at Le Blondery Roots or my Facebook page, I did pictures of all these girlies when I first started doing doll photography. So they are on there. So do let me know. Go and have a browse and let me know which way would you prefer. Or if you just want to see how I curl the dolly's hair, let me know, and I am more than happy to do so. But for the time being, I'm going to give it with straight hair. I'm just going to give her a high pony and be done with it, if that's okay. There she is. I just gave her a simple high pony, just so she's got a bit of a style. I don't really style my doll's hair that much. A simple up, half updo or a little braid or something like that. Apart from that, I don't particularly like overstyling my doll's hair, because then if I want to do something different, then I'm stuck with it, if that makes sense. So do let me know if you prefer these two with straight hair or curly, and I'll be happy to do a little, this is how, not, I don't want to say tutorial because who am I? But do let me know if you do prefer them with straight hair. Then I will trim Skipper's hair because it needs to be trimmed. I will just cut it to her feet so it's not too long, because she's a beach girly. She can't walk around with hair past her feet. She is giving me Hollywood hair Skipper right now, or totally hair Skipper. Someone in the comments, did say in the comments, bear with me. I believe it was, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, it was Kermi271 that said that I should do totally hair, Hollywood hair, without the fringe, which I did reply, and I did say I've done those, and those videos will come at some point because those girlies need to be washed as well. So if you want to see I actually did say, and I've said it before, my totally hair Barbies don't have fringe or bangs, because I don't like doing bangs that much, but they also have human hair. So that collection will come, and I've done the Hollywood hair girlies, all the superstar Barbies from the 90s that had long hair. I have pretty much rerouted, but I'm happy to redo that again because I've already done a Whitney totally hair. She was the first one that I did on my channel, and if you haven't seen it, if you go to the first video that I ever uploaded, it was the Whitney totally hair doll. I did give her the bangs because I did Connect-A-Long hair on her, not human hair. With human hair, you definitely couldn't do a fringe. They'll be asking too much. You couldn't do a fringe, bangs, none of that. The minute you cut their hair too short, it'll be a goner. Saying that, I have rebooted with human hair before, and if the hair is long, it will work. If the hair is shorter, it doesn't particularly work. So I've did a girl with brunette hair a while back, and I did it with I wanted to use human hair, and it turned into a disaster because I cut it to her knees or to her waist, and that hair wasn't laying. So yes, if it's long hair, it can be done. If it's short hair, no. Use synthetic hair. Use something like this that's slightly similar to human fiber, then human hair, totally hair Barbie only, or Hollywood hair, or glitter hair. But I've done the glitter hair girls as well, but I've got you'll know I've got doubles, right? Of course I do. So those will come in the future. For the time being, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It's slightly longer than I wanted, but I just want to add a couple of things. We fixed skippers, tropical splash, and skipper and Barbie's bathing suits. We gave these girlies a wash, styled them again, and do let me know what you think. I gave you a tiny bit of information about the Beach Girlies of the 90s as well. They came with actual play sets and fashions as well. So hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was worth it. And if you do, and if you did, and if you watched it all the way through, do let me know what you think. Please let me know if you would like these girls with curly or straight hair. And yeah, drop it down in the comments. Engage, please. I'll be more than happy to hear from you, and more than happy to reply. So do let me know what you think. There's more summer girlies coming. I'm working on the third doll for you guys that I said that I was doing. She's another reboot. The second one was tough, but I will explain when I do the video. She was a tough cookie. I'll just put it that way. I'm going to start working on the third one, and then I'll do the video. I'll upload it, and you guys will get to see which girlies I've done. So thank you so much for watching once again. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you. I hope you enjoyed my little refresh on the Beach Girlies. And if so, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified of my next uploads. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye. And don't forget to stay Jollie Dollies. Bye now. Bye.